Hey, 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 happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. Are y'all here? Y'all excited? Y'all ready? Y'all
Yeah,
know
yeah, 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 yeah.
it's happening. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love
Yes.
it. Well, as always, we are excited to have you guys here on Girl Your Money Matters because it does. So
It
listen,
does.
I am the Nicole Johnson. I am the founder and owner of Girl Your Money Matters, affectionately known as the Gym. Ooh,
Mhm.
all sorts of exercises to help you get financially fit. And I am excited because this is the month of November. We are like less than 60 days away from actually saying Happy New Year. But for
Oh my
all of you tech people, we got to go and say Happy Thanksgiving. We got
Turkey first.
Christmas. We
Then
got
get my gifts.
Kwanzaa,
Happy
all of that
birthday.
new ass stuff. All right.
Happy birthday.
You gotta keep everything in order. Keep
You
everything in
gotta do
order.
it in
All in
order. Gotta
order.
do it in order. All
Yeah.
right. I get it. I get it. But listen, the new year is almost here.
I
And some of us
know.
are not ready, right?
That's true. That's true.
Some
Some
of
of
us
us
are
ain't ready.
not ready. Wait a minute. Thanksgiving is almost here, and some of us ain't ready. Come on,
Right.
call a spade a
Right.
spade. Call a
Right.
spade a spade.
I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to
I'm
get a
just gonna
turkey
say
now.
it. Just gonna say it. Some of us are not ready for Thanksgiving, and
That'd
it's
be
gonna be
me.
here
Thank
in
you.
just a couple of weeks. So
Wow.
as you can see, we've got a full house tonight, and I am excited because, as you know, when I come on, we always talk about a theme. It's usually a theme for the month, but we carry it in how it impacts our money. So we're gonna get started, and we're first of all gonna recognize and love all on Paulette of the Brownstone Worldwide. This platform is
Pew,
here
pew, pew, pew,
so
pew,
that
pew,
we
pew,
can
pew.
help change the narrative of
Pew,
our
pew, pew,
Black
pew,
and brown
pew.
people. Come on, Paulette. Come on, girl.
Yeah, you gotta get that snake in there. Get that snake in there. Get that snake in there.
Listen, and then we got DJ Tony, who is always dropping the beats.
Hey.
Hey, hey,
Hey.
and always giving us that knowledge and wisdom and bringing the male
Absolutely.
perspective to help us ladies hone it in and
Yes.
always remember there's another side to the coin. Okay,
Come
Amen.
on.
There's always a flip.
Yes.
always a flip.
Absolutely.
We are not always okay. Hold on a
Oh,
second.
that's a different show now. That's a different show.
She had to sip.
Right,
Wait.
right. That's a different show. You know,
Okay, all right. Focus, Nicole.
yeah,
Focus,
yeah.
focus.
You gotta get back here.
Listen, and we got company. We got company. We got our very own Kim
Yes.
Richardson, aka Keto Coach Kim.
Woo!
She's going to talk to us tonight about how keto can be affordable and healthy because the month of November is themed diabetes management.
There you go.
Okay, it's diabetes management, and diabetes impacts a large majority of Blacks in our community. And we need to have alternatives to that good old fried
No,
chicken,
come on now. Oh no, no! Don't take my chicken. Don't take.
cheese, candy yams,
Come
No.
and
on, man. What?
sweet potato. Oh,
Oh
now
God, you gonna hurt me.
tell
We
Kim.
does all of that. We does all of that.
What?
We
Okay,
do
I'm
that.
here
We
for
do
it
that
now.
keto style. I'm. Now we started off talking about how close we were to Thanksgiving, and I'm
Mhm.
starting to think about all that stuff you just talked about, Nicole, and how I do it keto style. My mouth started watering.
Woo!
So listen. I'm gonna give Kim an opportunity to tell about her journey, why she started keto, how
Yeah.
keto is impacting her life, how
Mhm.
keto impacts her budget.
Yes.
Because it's
Oh,
always about the money for
we
me.
always got that
Yes.
dollar.
It's
Yes.
always
Yes.
about
Yes.
them
Yes.
coins.
That's
Can I have
right.
my chip?
Also going to talk about how we can still manage to have some of those delicious soul food that we do like, but in a healthy format. But before we get there, I want to remind you that on tomorrow, Tuesday,
Please.
I am doing something that's very near and dear to my heart. So I'm going to go into something that's real brief. Paulette had a Girl Your Money Matters. If you have tried to register, we are having a 1 hour, the one distraction-free hour to teach you about making money from home.
Y'all heard that?
Y'all, they didn't
From
hear
home.
They
She
didn't
said
hear
from
that.
home.
They didn't hear that.
The
They
house.
didn't hear that from the house.
From the house.
Look, with your furry slippers on.
Yeah.
And look,
I like that
and
furry
on your
slipper
good
part.
day, your warm blanket. See, I ain't
Ooh.
playing. I ain't come to play with you. I came to help you win. All right. And that is so important. So listen, I'm going to share with you guys real quick. I had a Instacart delivery yesterday, right? And if you order from Instacart, it tells you who's your shopper, gives you their name. You can actually see their picture and their how long they've been and whether they have like diamond status. So Anaya was my personal shopper, and I've done this. I be trying to catch them at the door, but they be on the move, so they drop, knock, and run.
Right.
So by the time I get to the door, after I done pushed the dog to the side, got to the door and said, they're already gone. So I was going to be more prepared this time. I looked at her profile and I wrote her a note and addressed it to her. I folded it in half, took a piece of tape and stuck it on the outside of the door.
Okay.
So it says, Anaya, my Instacart shopper. And just like I thought, she dropped them bags and ran. By the time I knew she had made the delivery, she was gone. She was gone. But guess what happened? She read that note, and that note said, "Hi, Anaya. I thank you so much for my delivery. I see that you've been a shopper for 2 years, and I want to know if I can show you how to make money from home. If that interests you, go on over to girlyourmoneymatters.com, and I'll join you on Tuesday night for free training to help you out." Listen, when I told you I am not here to play with you, I'm here to help you win, she went right into the cart and said, "My apologies for delay. Thank you so much for your note. I have an 18-month-old that I bring with me to do Instacart. And as a mom, I've been looking for places to work from home, but didn't know where to start.
Wow. Look at God.
I'm genuinely appreciative."
Look at God.
Wow, that's
Come
awesome.
on,
I
come
want
on.
to say hi to Lisa because
Right
she
on
just
time.
Hey, Lisa. So that is really why I do what I do. I can't imagine having an 18-month-old baby
Right.
trying to deliver groceries.
That's
See,
why
come on
she.
now.
That's why she stopped, drop, and run.
and kept going. Yeah.
Making it work. So now she has an option, and that is my goal, is to share with women alternatives that will allow them to be more in the household and available for their family and their children instead of going to somebody's office or building.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
so I'm so excited. Paulette, if you'll put that website back up there. Some of you have been trying to register and there was a glitch. Let me tell you, technology is great until it breaks. And so I want you to go on over to girlyourmoneymatters.com, register, and tomorrow night, for one solid hour, one distraction-free hour, I'm about to make your dreams come true. Because I'm going to show you over the next 30 days how to put $2,000 into your account. All right?
That's
I don't know why Kim talking about because Kim is one of my avid shoppers. What you say,
I surely am.
Listen, Kim just came off of a keto coach conference. Don't ask me to say that again.
No, it was
coach conference paid for by Mystery Shopping and DoorDash.
I did.
Whoa, pause. You better not. Don't walk on that.
Okay.
Just pause.
Yep. You gotta let it marinate. Let it marinate.
I'm gonna catch a sip.
Yeah, you gotta let it marinate.
That was the
I'm
most
gonna join you. Hold on.
unbelievable. Well, you know what? Let's make it 3 then.
Well, man, we gonna bat 1,000.
Yeah, that was the most unbelievable, wonderful thing that happened to me. That was in September, the end of September, and I knew this trip was planned and I had started mystery shopping. Thank you to Miss Nicole. I started mystery shopping way back when she did this in the summer in July. I started mystery shopping, and when I tell you, I was like, I'm due for some cash, some money in my PayPal and my bank account and so forth. That money's like ding, 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 ding. It was just coming.
Awesome.
Perfect timing, and came in right when I was ready to go. So I had been doing some door dashing, but the majority of it came from mystery shopping, and it was amazing. So if you are thinking about, should I do this? Should I not? Listen, Nicole is going to tell you exactly how to do it. All you have to do is apply what she tells you to do. Yep. Do it right then and there. Do not hesitate. Do not pass go. Do not think about it. Just do.
Yep. I agree.
And you're gonna win. That's right. And you're gonna win.
Success moves at the speed of execution. Now, I appreciate you, Kim. So let's talk about keto.
All right.
I'm gonna tell you all the things I've heard.
Okay.
Would that take too long? Because I've heard a lot.
Okay.
So let's start with, tell us a little bit about you and your journey to keto.
Awesome. So I am a keto advocate, enthusiast, and educator.
And your journey.
Here we got some feedback. Was that me?
Feedback. I'm not sure where that's coming.
And I help women. I usually work with women of color. I help them change their lives by helping them heal and supercharge their metabolism so that they can lose weight effortlessly, all while eating delicious food and without giving up the foods that they love, without giving up delicious food. So we still gonna do this, and we still gonna eat some delicious food. I eat delicious food every single day.
Like what?
Y'all heard that? She said delicious.
Like
she said,
delicious, like delicious. Yes.
Delicious.
So I eat every Thursday. I eat pretty much every Thursday. I eat a ribeye steak.
Every Thursday?
Every Thursday.
Ribeye
steak.
Keto style.
That is keto. That is the definition of keto. I add some butter to that bad boy. Fry it up in my cast iron skillet. Now, if I'm feeling myself, I have Brussels sprouts with bacon and cream and cheese. Man, when I tell you, don't talk to me on Thursday night after I'm done. Don't talk to me. I'm focused right here in the mouth. And that is delicious.
So
that is delicious food.
How did you get started? How you get started on
So in 2015, I was diagnosed as pre-diabetic.
Okay.
And I had been in the fitness industry for over 20 years at that point. So when they came and told me that I was pre-diabetic, I was like, yeah, I got the wrong person. You need to check that date of birth. Make sure you're talking about me. And she said, yes, we're talking about you. So I knew what that meant. At that time, I worked for I worked as a medical assistant for the largest foot and ankle podiatry clinic in Utah.
Okay.
And so I knew what that meant. And we saw patient after patient after patient who was diabetic, who would lose a toe, then a foot, then a limb, then it would go to the other side, wounds that wouldn't heal. So that really scared me, frightened me a lot. And I left there. I went to another clinic, a bigger clinic, and I was working as a float in the big clinic. And this one particular department, the neurology department, I would go there probably every 2 weeks. They like to have me there. And they was dropping weight like every 2 weeks. I'm like, what y'all do? And they were saying keto adapted, fat adapted, keto adapted. I'm like, what is this keto? And anytime anybody says something I don't know, is Google to the rescue.
Absolutely.
I Googled that thing. I'm like, what is this? And they're like, you know what? We'll get you in with our doctor. We know him well. We'll get you in with our doctor. That doctor also worked at the clinic. I went to see him, and I went with my husband, and I started together. And I went to see him, and it was like he was talking directly to me. The choir, the angels started singing. I said to him this. I said, sir, listen, no disrespect to you or my husband sitting right here. But if you were not married and I was not married, I would kiss you dead on the lips.
That was your aha moment. Yep.
He was saying to me, my eyes were this big. It started to make sense.
Your aha moment.
I am a super I'm a super science nerd.
Yeah.
I want to know how the body works, why it does this, why it does that. And all the things he was saying to me was explaining all of that. And so it was just the heavens opened, and you're right, it was a aha moment. It was a huge aha moment.
Yeah.
So he gave me all the information from Whole 30 to Atkins to paleo to keto. And that's the order I started in. So Whole 30, pretty much what you're doing is you're eliminating dairy and sugar.
Mm.
Atkins is the old version of what is it?
Nicole says she out.
So I'm gonna talk to you about sugar in a minute, Nicole.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk to you about that. So I started there, and then I went to Atkins, and then I went to paleo. Now I found out that paleo is good, but there's no dairy in paleo.
Mhm.
So I did that for about a day. I was like, oh no. So I'm like, what am I gonna do? I called my doctor. He said, I gave you all the information. Why don't you try keto?
Mhm.
I was like, all right, but looking at this here, this means that I don't eat oatmeal no more. This means that I don't eat regular fruit anymore. I don't eat corn. I like ice cream. I like
ice cream too.
I like ice cream. I don't love ice cream, but we'll talk. There's so many varieties, so many things that you can have that keep you out of because we're talking about diabetes.
Absolutely.
So let me interject. Let me just okay.
Okay.
And I absolutely understand that.
Uh-huh.
Because the first time the doctor told me, Nicole, you borderline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah, miss me with that one.
Pretty much.
Right. I feel you.
And that was probably 2014, 2015.
Mm-hmm.
What's this? We're 2022. So probably in 2017 is probably when they told me, maybe 2018-ish. Your A1C is a 12.
Wow. That's not borderline. That is diabetic.
No, that's that.
That is 100% diabetes.
Yeah. You should have been came seen us.
Yeah.
So I got my other diagnosis. I had, guys, I had a lump in my breast. I have a immune deficiency. And so that diagnosis came in 2020 after surgery. And now we're into cancer medication in 2021.
Now,
so that doctor came really serious for me, and my A1C has come down as low as a 5.8.
Okay.
And it's probably right around a 6.2 right about now.
So you're in pre-diabetic stage. I want to say this to you real quick about that sugar thing and the cancer, Nicole. What a lot of people may not know about cancer and how it connects to sugar. So I want to ask you, maybe they did, maybe they didn't. When they were going to test you and see about your cancer, did they give you something called a PET scan? And the PET scan, you had to drink some sort of liquid like a glucose. You didn't have to do that for the PET scan?
No, because so I found the lump in my breast, and they did the biopsy, they did all of that, so and they didn't know what they were looking at. Then they sent it to a symposium. They didn't know what they were looking at. And then it went to a bigger part of UAB hospital where somebody finally said, send that to oncology, to Dr. Boyle, and they recognized what it was, because basically my body overproduces white blood cells. Right. And so normally with the condition, people have the masses here and here. Mine is definitely a man's disease. It's in the breast. Okay, it's in the breast.
It's a man's disease. I cannot. So y'all.
So it's a very rare disease, but even one of the people that is named after, he's still living. Okay, so the PET scan, yes. On the third attempt, we got the PET because I'm claustrophobic. So we didn't have a dye or anything that I had to drink. But we did a full PET scan that discovered that the condition is in the gut. but the overproduction just clumps in the breast.
Yeah.
Okay.
So usually a PET scan, when they conduct a PET scan, they give you a glucose drink. Why? Because cancer and any cancerous cells in the body feed on sugar.
Yeah.
So once we eliminate the sugar and the carbohydrate, the glucose is what it is. And once we eliminate that, cancer has no other choice but to die.
Yep.
Okay.
So I want to say this next thing too. So one of the last patients that I saw when I was working as a foot and ankle medical assistant made me think of this. So men have certain there's like two things they're really concerned with. Okay. And I'm thinking about this. So when you have wounds that won't heal, I'm getting with the nitty gritty. I'm getting with 100% tonight, Nicole.
Oh,
ask me, that's what you're gonna get.
Come on.
Wounds that won't heal is not. It's not pretty, nor is it sweet smelling.
Never.
And guess what? It is not sexy. It is not sexy at all. Now, if you're trying to
don't go there.
if you're trying to get with somebody,
Don't go there.
trying to get with somebody, you don't want to have this as an issue. You definitely want it's just not sexy.
No.
Let me just put it.
No.
Look, can I just leave it right
So
there?
let me ask you this.
Yes.
So keto focuses on the foods that we eat.
Keto focuses on lowering your insulin level.
How?
By removing the glucose. So there's 3 different ways our bodies get fuel: glucose, fat, and muscle. Always in that order. Always. And we forget about the fat part, the second one. So glucose in your body is the fastest, quickest, easiest way for the body to get energy. And so when we remove the glucose, that insulin is a fat storing hormone. It is the hormone that pushes glucose into the cell. And what happens with insulin resistance and diabetes and pre-diabetes, your cells are saying it's like the boy who cried wolf.
Right.
Insulin shows up in the body. It's like, and the insulin is saying, I need to get in here, and the body's like, no, you don't. You just keep coming. And so we become resistant to it. And you're not getting any insulin in. And so when we're diabetic, we need to get the insulin. That's why they prescribe insulin. But what we want to do with keto is we want to remove the glucose. We want to lower the glucose tremendously.
So what I understand is it's based, so it's largely around the different types of foods that we eat.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So if I'm looking and I want to start doing keto, let's talk about how what my meals look like.
So your meals will look like the outside of the food aisle, not anything inside of it. So if you go the outside of the food aisle, you're going to have some vegetables and some fruit, not every fruit and not every vegetable.
Right.
Humans are not herbivores. They are omnivores. They eat meat and vegetables. Humans need to eat things that grow, and they need to eat things that grow.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So we need to eat the outside. We need to eat some fruits, some vegetables. We need to eat some cheese. We need to eat some protein. We need some protein. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Miss Paulette.
So so
I know it's hard. Come on, let it go.
Come on, Paul.
I had grapes today. So is that I had right before the show, I had a little, like, the little, and I was picking them off.
The big one.
Yes. and
Yeah,
they
people
were
will use this
yes,
word.
and it's the non-GMO modified, whatever, it's all of that. So and okay, so another
Okay,
confession.
just
Can I
let it
another
out.
confession? Can I? Okay.
Let it out.
So,
Let it go.
it was a little one because I eat between a specific window, so I do IF. Clearly, it ain't working because I saw my backside this morning on my live. Let's talk about that. But anyway, I'm sitting up looking like somebody Michelin tire. But listen, so anyway,
so you said you do IF, intermittent fasting.
I do intermittent fasting. I eat between the hours of 1 p.m. and 8 p.m.
Now, a food window, a eating window, it's helpful, but it's not the key.
Okay.
The key is the food that we eat. So you want to stay on the outside of the store. You want to avoid the stuff inside that comes in a package. You want to eat things that have one ingredient, or it is its own ingredient. Like I said, ribeye. Grapes are high in carbohydrates.
But they're easy to get to.
They're so easy to get. Yes, they are. So are strawberries.
Oh, I can have strawberries?
Yes. Strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And we want to avoid those. We want to avoid those cotton candy grapes. All this added on to fruit. You had a question, Nicole.
No, I don't.
You did. I saw you. I saw you.
Because those are all the GMO. All they do is add sugar to these things and create more desire for. Why does there have to be a cotton candy grape? Why?
Yeah, just seriously.
So what had happened was somebody like me decided,
because they cost more. All the cotton candy grapes, they cost more. If you're trying to lower your budget, stay away from that.
Hold on. Now that part right there.
Right there.
I budget for my cotton candy grape.
Oh, that's sacrifice. You ain't budgeting.
Yeah, I sacrifice in my budget, so it's something else I give
up. and on top of that, there's the apples. There's the apples. They have sugar in the name, like Honey Crisp. We don't need none of that.
Okay, so Kim, on a regular basis, let listen. You know, right here at the Brownstone Worldwide,
where we keep it
real, trying to change the narrative for our Black and brown people.
Yes, please, let's do that.
We grandmama and them.
That's all right.
That fat back and that.
That's all right.
Please give me some fat back. Please give me that. I will take that every single time. Yes, ma'am.
So on a regular basis, what should breakfast, lunch, and dinner look like?
First of all, I want to say this. There is that's a myth. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. That's just what we call it.
Yep.
If you are in control of your food, you can eat bacon and eggs in the morning. You can eat bacon and eggs in the afternoon. You can eat bacon and eggs at night. You can eat ribeye and eggs. My husband's favorite in the morning. You can eat a hamburger, no bun, in the morning, noon, or after evening. It don't matter. So
did you say no bun?
No bun.
I said no bun.
No bun.
Back up.
unless you're making your own. I make what's called a shuffle, and that is a combination word of cheese and waffle. So I make this little bitty thing like this. It holds the bread together. Or if you really, really like it, I don't eat very much of it. You can get keto bread. There is such a thing as keto buns. Just be careful with those because they typically have a higher carb count, and they eat away at your budget a little bit, and they have wheat. We want to avoid wheat.
Okay, so let's start right there. My house is not keto friendly because I have honey wheat bread.
Oh Lord.
It's mother's bread.
Okay, mother's brand. Okay, you got mother's.
You know what you're eating? You're eating bread-shaped sugar.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
You're eating bread-shaped sugar.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not okay. I get that. So what you're telling me is that I need to, and you're telling me what I already know because sugar, that bread turns to sugar. Okay, all right. So we she over here all in my Kool-Aid. Oh, I can't have that either. My bad.
Okay, now
Nope.
correct.
Ma'am.
You can't have no Kool-Aid.
Ma'am,
Out there.
What do we? No.
Oh goodness. So, Kim, okay, so how are you doing now? Because your diagnosis came to this 2015, so that's over 5 years. How has doing keto, practicing keto consistently helped and impacted your life?
Keto has saved my life.
Oh, stop right there.
About 3 times.
Oh,
Something about that 3.
third time's a charm.
Okay, come
Something
on.
about that 3. That's
Spiritual.
spiritual. Yeah, boy.
The first time, you know, I was diagnosed as pre-diabetic. Had I not stopped it then or started keto then, I could have gone on to be diabetic. Statistics show that by the year 2030, if we as humans, as Americans, continue to eat the SAD or standard American diet, we will all have a diagnosis of diabetes or pre-diabetes if we continue eating this way. So that's the first time it saved my life. The second time it saved my life in last year, at the end of last year, the year of yuck, as I refer to it, I had a stroke. It was not brought on by keto. It was brought on by the overindulgence of wine and stress.
I was going to say that stress had to be in there.
It was huge. Stress was huge in my life last year. Of course, we had, it was, you know, the year of yuck. It was the, you know, all that C word and all that. Yeah. And I had a stroke. I knew I was having a stroke. I was able to call my mother on the way to the hospital. This is how well my body was dealing with it. I went in on a Friday. I came back out on a Tuesday, and I was pretty much, I had full use of my limbs. I could go to the bathroom. I could talk. I could swallow. I had very few deficits. And now into this year, I have minimal deficits. That's the second time it saved my life. And the third time it saved my life was earlier this year in the summer. I got COVID. And so what I know about the body is immune system is after metabolism.
Yeah.
If your metabolism is wrecked, it is deranged, your body cannot do what it needs to do. The human body is meant to heal itself naturally. But when we have deranged metabolism and the body can't do what it's supposed to do, something's going to happen. So what happened was I had a beloved nephew, first male nephew that I'm the first male, niece and nephew. And that side of my family, he was undiagnosed diabetic.
So may I ask a question? And I know this is so random, but question.
Yes.
What are some of the signs? Are there signs that people should look for when we're talking about diabetes, when we're talking about the sugar? I mean, I'm gonna call it y'all. She got on the phone. Yes. You know, sister Florine, she got the sugar. You heard.
You right? Right. That's what they used to call it. Exactly.
And it ain't been that long ago because I was in Walmart in one time and I had
some people still call it that.
Really. And the lady says, your sugar high. What? And I really the wording in the verbiage in the South sometimes had me going, what? And so when she said that, the other lady said, are you diabetic?
Right.
Oh,
but that's a good question.
But yeah, what are the symptoms? Are there any that people should be looking for, or
yes,
is it just like surprise?
No. So some things that happen. I mean, and these could happen to it doesn't not necessarily have to be this. So of course, there's like dramatically increased thirst. Dramatically increased frequent urination. Sometimes your hunger level is dramatically increased as well. Lots of times it's fatigue and You know, your body's not healing itself, so it could be like sores that don't heal fast, or slow healing sores, things like that. Those are some of the symptoms. But most people are asymptomatic. They have no idea, or they're like me, they're pre-diabetic and they have no idea. So it is important to go to the doctor and make sure that they are checking your A1C. And your A1C is simply an average of three months of your insulin number, your glucose numbers. That's all that is.
And so let me add, really, for some people, like you said, they don't have any symptoms at all. And that's been my concern, or my doctor's concern, because my blood pressure has been sky high. And it's the combination of the different things that are going on. The A1C is off, and the headaches that come.
Yeah.
If it's
now
not
listen,
a headache, sometimes I don't even know that I'm having an issue until they put me on some medicine that caused my blood pressure to drop.
Wow.
And then it caused my sugar.
Yeah.
And I was walking around here with peppermints in my purse.
Okay, wait a minute.
Peppermint is designed to bring your sugar back up. You need some when it's too low. They want you to take.
They want you to immediately take. You might as well go in the kitchen and grab you a teaspoon, and eat you a teaspoon of sugar.
And Kim is shaking her head. So, Kim,
because she know that's all that is. No.
So, if you have been diagnosed with diabetes and you are feeling lightheaded and things like that, most of the time it can be a drop in your glucose because your insulin is overproducing. You have insulin that you're taking and your body is producing it, so it's overproducing. That's going to drop you.
Right.
Okay? That is why you need to have some sort of sweetener and some candy. I think that's just a big excuse. I'm gonna say it.
Say it.
A big old excuse to have, whatever.
Thank you.
So we really want to
listen here now. Hold up now, because we didn't always have.
You gotta eliminate that excuse. How we gonna help each other? We don't eliminate the excuse
because we didn't always have the doctors that were telling us what was going on. So we
still don't.
That we have had home remedies.
Yes, I did hit you with that.
Home remedies.
We have doctors who will give you, just come in. Okay, what medication would you like? We have very, very few doctors who will say this. What are you eating?
Yeah.
Very few doctors are going to say that.
Yeah. So currently, to your point, Kim, somebody that I gave life to.
One of your children.
One of my
cousins.
They don't like to listen to us.
Is
pre-diabetic,
and she just got that diagnosis, and I'm a little concerned because they gave her pills, and I thought, and it was an option, and she took it because she felt like, hey, this is going to help me drop weight or whatever. But the diet didn't change. At least if I know my child the way I know mine. Yes. So I think, to your point, you're correct, because when I asked her, I said, well, you do know that is reversible. You can do something about that now, right?
Yeah.
She's like, well, I don't want to. Okay. So, and
I get that so often. I don't want to stop eating. I don't want to give up my food. I don't want. You talked about this in the open, Nicole. I don't want to give up all the things I love. Let me just say this real quick, and I'm just going to food for thought. This is food for thought, y'all. So lots of us.
Wait, Nicole, where you going?
Got all up under the table. Come back, Sam. We will eat all kinds of now. And back to Nicole's point, we need to avoid packaged foods, processed foods.
Yeah.
Anything. Listen, when I started keto, my waste went down, and I stopped. My grocery bill went down. Why? Because all of these packages that they charge us for. So I started learning how to make my own stuff. I make my own mayonnaise I make it in here all the time. And it's delicious. It don't taste like Miracle Whip. Nor does it taste like Dukes. It don't taste like none of that. But it is delicious. And we have to learn how to change our palate. Humans are the only species who has the opportunity to change their food preferences.
Yep.
So we got to learn how to move away from all the stuff we've been told and taught we're supposed to eat. We're supposed to eat it this way. This is a meal. You ask me what a meal looks like. We've been taught, like, if you go to any, fast food chicken place, these are the ones that really kill me. Oh my God, they kill me. So you go in there, what you gonna get? What you gonna get when you go to the chicken place? You're gonna get yourself a 6-piece or whatever, and then what you gonna get on the side? And what you gonna get on the side?
Oh, I gotta have some mild sauce and some French fries and some
what else?
Macaroni cheese,
coleslaw,
and give me
mashed potatoes and great.
Right.
All of that stuff. Most of it, if it's chicken, most times it's fried in some vegetable and seed oil, which is the nasty, and canola oil. I'm gonna tell you this about canola oil. This is one of my favorite things to talk about. Do y'all know that, when you see canola oil and vegetable oil on the shelf in the grocery store, it didn't start like that?
Nope.
You know what it looks like? It looks like the oil you put in your car.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like sledge. It looks like the nastiest thing. And you know what they got to do to make it look like that? They have to wash it with a chemical solvent.
Yeah. They got to dilute it.
No, they're not diluting it. They are washing it. They are washing it. They are cleaning it. So, because it looks like the nastiest, gray, sticky, nasty stuff ever. So we got a lot of processed foods that we love to eat. And when we go to fast food, they frying it in this oil, and we're frying our insides with this crap. Ooh. This is the stuff that causes heart disease and atherosclerosis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's not the fat that we as keto eaters eat. It's not that.
And may I ask, just in general, and Nicole, I know this is your show, but I'm thinking now she got me over here taking inventory. I'm like in my head, I'm like, okay, do I buy bread? No, we don't buy bread. If KJ want bread, he buys it himself. So I don't, do I buy bread? Okay, no, I don't buy bread. When was the last time I fried something? Well, Lord, it's been a long time. It's been a couple of years. I don't even buy it because it's just not, but okay. So here's the question that I have for you, just on the strength of the love for the folks in the brownstone.
Yeah.
What would be a suggestion that you would give our viewers and listeners to Girl Your Money Matters for an average day on keto?
An average day as far as the food?
Yes.
So my average day on keto, first of all, I'm like you, Paulette. I eat 2 meals a day for the most part. Sometimes I eat 1 meal a day, but for the most part, I eat 2 meals a day. So there's no breakfast, lunch, and dinner in my house. The only thing that really is breakfast, because it's true to that name, breaking the fast.
Yeah,
so break fast. So typically that looks like for me, bacon. I eat full-blown pork bacon, and I do buy the economical brand.
There you go.
Grocery store I shop at. I eat bacon, and recently I started. My husband has a coworker who has eggs. She has she sells. She has chickens, and so they are backyard chickens, and so it's those eggs are in my house. I don't buy eggs at the grocery store anymore because A, I get a better deal, and B, they're delicious and they're fresh.
They're fresh, yeah.
Okay? So for me, it starts off with usually around 11:30, 12 o'clock. I'm hungry, and I'm gonna eat. No, Brenda. What about high blood pressure and high cholesterol? I'm gonna address that in just a second. I'm gonna come back to that. So bacon and eggs, I start with. Sometimes it's sausage. Sometimes if I have some leftovers, it's leftovers. That's what a typical first meal looks like for me. In the evening, it's usually going to be some kind of protein. It's going to be a lot of protein. So it's going to be, I could pretty much eat a whole 12, 14, 15, 16 ounce steak on my own.
Yeah.
and it's going to be usually Brussels sprouts, broccoli.
Broccoli.
I'm not a big salad eater. I'm just not a big salad eater. I'm not a big salad eater. So I'm usually eating Brussels sprouts. That's my favorite.
Look at Nicole face.
Yeah, I'm not a big salad fan. My husband loves it more than I do. I don't love salad, but I do eat Brussels sprouts. You know how
You
they
just ain't had the right salad.
I've eaten many salads. I'm not a salad person. So I'm usually eating that and Brussels sprouts or broccoli and some steak, chicken. It's usually chicken thighs. That's what we live out in here. Chicken thighs. Sometimes drumstick. I know. Some people eat breast. I'm not a chicken breast fan. It can be a burger. Lots of times it's a burger with some bacon on it, homemade mayonnaise, guacamole or avocado and some cheese.
Yeah.
I will make a delicious broccoli salad that is 100% keto. Mm-hmm. So the second meal for me usually looks something like protein and a vegetable and a low carb vegetables.
Low carb vegetable. Okay.
A low carb vegetable. Yeah, not a starchy vegetable.
You do more seasoning, natural seasoning, garlic.
So garlic powder, onion powder. I don't skip on the salt. Do not blame the salt for what the sugar did, by the way.
Right.
Oh my.
Because people do that a lot. They blame salt a lot, and it's the sugar's fault.
So let me tell you this. You know that blue carton with the little girl and the umbrella?
Yeah, that's the Morton family.
That has sugar in it.
Yeah. I tell people that all the time.
Container has sugar in it.
Yeah.
Flip that bad boy over and look it and see.
So what I'm hearing is that in order to do whether it's called keto or not,
but you can call it. Here's the thing I call it is it's the proper human diet. The proper human diet. If you can fog up a mirror, you need to eat this way. This is a human diet. Human beings are born in ketosis.
What?
Yeah.
Human beings are born in ketosis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait, hold on.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Ketosis is a metabolic state.
Yeah, to refresh that one.
Ketosis is a metabolic state we put our body in where we are dropping ketone bodies and burning ketones and fat for fuel instead of glucose. Remember I told you the 3 ways the body gets energy?
Yep.
So ketosis, and that's what keto is short for, is simply a metabolic state. So we are born in that metabolic state because guess what? We have, baby fat, right? We're going to use that to grow our body and to use that for energy.
Yeah.
Okay. So before we go any further into that, let's go back to Brianna's question about because the problem is that when you have diabetes and high blood pressure, you're dealing with the sugar for one and the salt intake for the other, right? So you have to, and then she's talking, you got high cholesterol. So you got those things that you need to balance out. How do keto meals help with that balance?
So let's start with high blood pressure. And we've all been taught that salt is the main culprit in high blood pressure. It is not. It is a myth. There are several different things that can cause your blood pressure to be elevated. And most of the time we think about the salt and the sodium that's in processed foods. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that is what's, I told you that those industrial oil that we're eating is clogging our arteries. It is not the fat. Second of all, cholesterol. When we talk about high cholesterol, we really need to know and understand what those numbers mean. Just because you have the body needs cholesterol, the brain needs cholesterol. Cholesterol is a natural appetite suppressant. So we are talking about LDL, HDL, and triglycerides. You need to understand what those numbers mean and how they affect your heart. First of all, high blood pressure does not mean you have a cardiac issue. It is not the cause of hardening of the arteries. Second of all, there are 2 different kinds of LDL. There's a light fluffy Y'all can give me. I could go all night on this.
Okay,
Go ahead.
Light fluffy. It's a light fluffy.
No,
It's
let
a
me
light-
do this. Let me do this
Yes.
because we are winding down.
All right.
So before we venture off into that, Kim, do you have a way for our audience and our listeners to get in touch with you? How can they, if they want to, do you have a way for them to get in touch
Yes.
with you for more information?
Yes, absolutely. So when I say my name, it's always coaches with a K. So my website is theketocoach.com. That's my website. And my Facebook page is also Keto Coach with a K. And Instagram is Keto Coach _LRB. And I also have a Facebook group for us. It is called Black Girl Keto Revolution.
Okay, so you guys see the website for Keto Coach Kim going across the bottom of the screen, and you can click on that or type it, write it down, and go follow her and get more information, because we want to make sure that you have a good foundation. I think this has been some great conversation. And the most important thing, well, there are a lot of important things, but as for me, as always, what I heard her say, when you start getting into healthy eating, right? The one thing that we always think about is how much more expensive
Yes,
things can be.
it's not.
But when you look at different options, as far as you're not buying that $4 jar of mayonnaise and you're using that same $4 to make ingredients where you can make it, you can maybe cut it in half and make smaller amounts. So it's different things that you can do. The best thing we can do is educate ourselves, and that is why Coach was here tonight. So I want to thank you for being with us, Coach Kim. We appreciate you for coming on with the Brownstone family here on Girl, Your Money Matters. And before we start wrapping it up, as I stated, if you guys try to register for our challenge tomorrow, listen, the tech is great until it breaks.
Yes.
CR radio is on the screen. DJ Tony Sanchez does not play about that. You know, we are always here to help change the narrative of our Black and Brown community. And there are going to be various topics that we're going to be talking about. And so next week, I always try to give you guys a preview of what's coming up next week. I am excited because within my community, I asked a question in Girl, Your Money Matters Facebook group. How many people have their affairs in order?
This is where I start to hide.
Uh-oh.
You see how the world is round. You hear
Yeah.
And honestly, it is something my father-in-law was sick in the hospital. And so I don't discuss this in front of him, but I went to my mother-in-law. I'm like, listen, that paperwork ready?
Yeah.
Because if he won't do right, I need to know that he's done right. And so, it's always in our community where death brings out the worst in our family.
Yes.
Okay. It brings out the absolute worst in our family, because Big Mama had 3 people who wanted that stole of hers, and the 4th one was snuck in while they was arguing and went out the window with the stole and gone down the street. And so if Big Mama does not leave a will and say, you get this, you get that, and you don't get nothing, it's going to be a problem. Okay. So the question was, do you have life insurance? Do you have a will? Do you have medical directives? Do you have all the things that you need? Because losing you is going to be hard enough. Fight each other.
Absolutely.
Don't make it be a 2-for-1. Because you come the wrong way, somebody might kill somebody. So, so next week we have another special guest, and she is going to come on, and we're going to talk about legal matters. We're going to talk about how to set up a will. We're going to talk about, and if you know me, we don't just tell you what to do. We're going to give you the instruction on how to do it.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I am excited to have Lisa Streeter joining here in the family to talk about getting your affairs in order. As we are projecting for 2023 and planning, financial affairs is at the top of the list. So if you when you getting your money right, you getting your mind right, I need you to get your legal affairs in order. Oh, but Nicole, I don't have any children. I don't care. Some gotta go. You walk into a house. What happens to it? Because if you don't prepare your affairs, they will not work in your favor. They will not work in the favor of those you leave behind. So don't mess folk up, okay? And if you divorce somebody, make sure you check the insurance policy.
Oops. Well,
alrighty.
Good vibes only, okay? Do not leave your current spouse ready to raise you from the dead and kill you again because you forgot to take your spouse off that $1 million life insurance policy.
That's right. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Come on now.
Can't help you if I don't. I gotta set you free in order to help you.
Okay?
Absolutely.
So as always, Girl Your Money Matters is here with the Nicole Johnson, where we are affectionately known as the gym, where we have all sorts of exercises to help you get financially fit. Any final words, Miss Paulette?
Well, as always, I want to thank the Nicole Johnson, Tony Sanchez, for always coming on here and giving it to us straight, no chaser. Here we go. I just want to put this up here really quick. Her registration, I don't know, is not open or not, but she's been on the show before, so I still have her banner. Check her out at the Keto Coach, and that's Miss Kim, ketocoach.com, or you can email her directly at kim@theketocoach.com. Just wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of that. A couple of other things that I think are pertinent to note is that, of course, you can always check out Brownstone, the Brownstone during the holiday season, which we officially and affectionately have already started. So you could go ahead and check out kccrthebrownstone.com. There it is right there below. You can also go ahead and download the app and you can listen in Christmas music for the rest of the year. And then at the beginning of the year, there is something new a-brewing. So new air personalities, and also an opportunity for folks to come on and have their say in helping us to change the narrative on how we are seen as Black and brown individuals across the metaverse. And so we are looking, of course, for podcasters and talk show hosts, right? So take a look for that. And also, if you are interested, you can always send us you can send us an email at contact@thebrownstonesound.com. But this ain't about all of that. This is about getting your money together, getting your diabetes in check, and making sure that you are eating correctly so that you can live a long and prosperous life, so that you can come back next week and check out what needs to be said for your estate and getting things in order. How about that?
That's it. Get your financial affairs in order. DJ Tony, any last words?
Yes. Kim, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. That's valuable information which needs to be shared between us, because that's going to help us in the beginning to start breaking all of those generational curses. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of important information. I know it hit a lot of people hard in the gut, but the truth does that. You know, it hits you hard in the gut. And if you're going to be true, first be true to self.
Nicole, quit hiding.
You know what I'm saying? Because look, we all we got, and we can't help each other until we get true with self first.
Absolutely.
You know, once you get right with self, then it'll reflect out well toward others. You know what I'm saying? So thank you, Kim. I'm finna go in here and throw a lot of stuff away. For real, you know, because if I don't, that means I'm complying to that that thing that's hurting me, and I gotta get rid of it. I gotta get rid of it. You know, no matter how much it hurt my heart, it's gonna better my health.
Yes, absolutely.
So thank you, Paulette. Thank you for the love that you've given me. This brownstone has been just blowing up. It's blowing up.
We're not done.
I know we're not done. I'm getting you ready. Get ready. Get prepared. Woo! And Nicole, my sister, man, look, anytime, I'm here for you.
Aw.
Believe that. That's from my heart, cause like I mean it when I say this. We all we got.
We all
I'm
we
gonna
got.
be here until we get it
Yes.
together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Love y'all, man.
So,
Yeah.
Miss Kim, you need final words before we go?
First of all, I just want to thank all of you here for having me. It has been an extreme pleasure, and I just want to say, know your numbers. Know, like, I know that you say this a lot, Nicole. Know your numbers, not just with your finances. Know your numbers when it comes to your health. Know what your A1C is. Know your A1C status, and just don't get stuck on what you can't have.
Mhm.
Learn the things you can have and how some of those things you used to have before can be made deliciously, and you would never even know the difference. So seek trusted advice, and I'm here for all of that.
Well,
Thank y'all so much for having me.
I appreciate it, Kim.
Aw.
My
And
pleasure.
listen, breaking news. I just saw a message pop up. You all need to check on your loved ones down in Florida, as a hurricane watch was issued for Hurricane Nicole. Come on now, what
Oh
you
Lord, girl, you done stirred up and stuff already.
Listen.
How we going? How?
There's a lot of things I want to have that name. The hurricane ain't one of
But,
them.
You can look at it like this, Nicole. You are the storm.
Hey! Well, since
How
I got
about
the eye of the storm with me, I mean, do check on your loved ones and make sure everyone is doing okay.
Thanks, we
Yes.
will
Be
do.
sure to register for girlyourmoneymatters.com, because listen, and we're going to close this out. I shared that I am teaching people how to use mystery shopping
Yeah.
to balance their budget, to make their ends meet and create surplus, the extra money to buy a home, to really start changing their finances. And what I want you to do is come on over to the Girl Your Money Matters Facebook group and then get registered, because tomorrow for 1 solid hour, I am going to get in here and show you
She drops it, y'all.
you can
Mhm.
start off making $1,000,
Woo! You know?
30 days.
But
But
see-
once I see that in you, once I see you going forward, I start opening up other doors. And Kim is a testament, because what she's getting ready to do in the month of December gonna knock somebody's block off.
Mhm.
I already know it's
So
full
excited.
time for her. And when you're talking about making in the hot, see, this is my goal. We're creating income, not debts, in this holiday season.
That's right.
Kim is positioning herself to generate $3,000 to $5,000 during the month of December alone.
Oh, yeah.
And somebody told me, said, I've got people that I know that use it for other things, but I never thought that somebody would actually be teaching them how to use it the right way.
Yeah. And that's good.
I am the Nicole Johnson, and I'm so glad to have you here with us on the Brownstone Worldwide. So I will see you tomorrow, and Girl, Your Money Matters, and we'll be back here next Monday talking about all of your financial affairs. Have a good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.